now. We're back, baby. Let's do this. Corvo, I have to say, it's wonderful to have you back, my dude. And we're going to go to the little intro. The Bear Thought Podcast. Welcome, boys and girls. Uh-huh. All right, we're going to go back.
I just had a flash of an anime schoolgirl stealing candy from a baby.
Oh man.
Thanks for that.
One of my associates on Twitch is telling me so badly to get on TikTok and do anime reactions. And he's blown up on TikTok. And he's not that big, anywhere else, like on Twitter or YouTube, no. But on TikTok, he's blown the heck up. He has over 85,000 followers and over 980 something thousand views on his stuff. Dude is blew up. He's like, dude, you gotta do this. I'm like, I don't know how to work TikTok. I'm not that old. I'm pretty savvy. I think I'm pretty smart to understand things. Something about TikTok. I'd rather it to have a nice little UI on the computer than on the phone. I'm not a phone person, really. I'm just not good with that. But anyways, so yep, everybody, Corvo is back. He is not feeling that great, Corvo. So you had the corona. The corona.
Yeah.
I wonder if you just say the corona on YouTube. Can you get yourself demonetized? I don't know.
I don't know, but I can tell you this. This crap sucks. Anybody, I don't care if you believe it exists or you don't believe it exists. I don't care. Whatever it is that I got that made that test say that it was positive, it is the worst crap I've ever had in my life.
Okay, get me on this. Some people have done tests on several different things. They found the corona in soda. They found the corona in fruit. They found corona in numerous of other things. So they're all that was their way of saying, oh, corona isn't real because we've done tests on fruits and soda. And we found it inside of it. And my thoughts is how do you get corona inside of a fruit? Soda I could probably see because I'm just coughing over the batch of it or something like that. But how did you what was it like? Okay, when you woke up that morning and you rolled out of bed and hello mother, we'll get to you in a second. You rolled out of bed and you just felt oh shit, I'm not feeling that hot right now. Or was it a little later on in the day? What led to it?
Yeah, it really wasn't like that. So the way it went down was I went into work Monday before last.
So you were actually at work?
I went into work and did my normal thing, went to lunch, went back to work, and I noticed that nobody in my department was there anymore.
Nobody?
I was like, nobody. I was like, where the hell did everybody go? Nobody but the big boss, the dude that has a door on his office. Okay. So he comes out and he asked me, he's like, hey, did you have any contact with Brooks, working with Brooks last week, Thursday or Friday at all? I was like, yeah, I spent hours in his cube with him, helping him with some permissions for a user Friday. He's like, you need to pack your shit up and go home. You got to get tested. He's like,
get your shit, he's like, out.
He's like, you got to go get tested. I was like, well, shit. So I come home, schedule a test, call and cancel some appointments that I had, because you can't do them.
Yeah.
Go get the first test. Well, the first test comes back. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, it was a couple of days that I was sitting here at the house waiting for test results to come in because I couldn't go back to work, and I was fine. Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, happy days.
Wednesday afternoon, I'd say about quitting time, about the time I logged off of work.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I kind of feel like crap. I got this cough building. I don't know what the heck is going on. So check my temperature. I had a fever. I was like, well, screw it. I crawled in the bed, covered up, and said, I'm gonna sweat it out.
Sweat it out.
Uh For the next, let's see, that was Wednesday afternoon. Thursday, I wasn't even coherent.
So
according to my
was that quick. That quick.
According to my wife, I would get up and go to the bathroom and come back and get back in the bed. That's all I did Thursday. I don't even remember Thursday.
Did it attack your lungs, or was it just like your?
It hit my lungs. It hit my joints. I just think of having like multiple different things at once. Think of having like the flu, pneumonia, bronchitis, all of that at once. And that's what it felt like. I didn't want to look at nothing. I hadn't worn my glasses in over 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I wonder how your eyes are feeling. Can you see things you couldn't see before?
But I know I couldn't deal with it. I had that fever for 3.5 days before it finally broke.
And that was just a fever.
And that was just a fever. I still had the aches, the pains, the coughing. There was times where it would make me vomit. I hurt so bad.
So, okay, you were vomiting, you had a headache, your head was fuzzy, your joints were hurting, your lungs were hurting. What would you say, if you could remember, what was the most significant recurrent reminder of you that you had the COVID? Like, this right here is the by far, everything else bar none, this sucks the most.
I never had a fever that lasted 3.5, 4 days. Ever.
A fever?
Yes.
Did you lose taste for like anything? Like, I've heard like,
Dude, I still don't have taste. Like, if I try to drink a Pepsi or something right now, it tastes like salt water.
Okay, so your taste buds was affected. You get the whole 9 yards. I've heard people like saying like, I can't taste nothing no more. And then to the people like, I can't breathe. And some people like, I have a fever and throwing up and coughing. And some people like, it feels like a regular cold. Like, it literally is affecting.
If you go down that list that they say that the symptoms, I had every one of those, and probably some they ain't even got on there.
Muscle joints and pains of
everything
and foggy
everything,
memory.
brother.
Man,
everything.
One thing I have to say, I'm kind of glad I don't live near you. Like, I would have I'd come see you one day, and I'm like, yep, no, I am literally screwed.
Sent a mass text the moment that he sent me home.
Yeah.
To everybody that lived close to me, is like, do not come to my damn house.
Quarantine.
I sent one to the school. It said kids will not be at school. Everybody's locked down. This bitch is on the. I have not left my house in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I know that because you've been here for 2.5 weeks, and
I'm about to go crazy, bro. This house is killing me. I got to get this chest shit over with. I'm ready to go back to work.
Yeah, like my mom just asked me, was there any type of meds that they were like, could you call it in and go, hey, I got COVID, can you see me something?
After I got the positive test, I had to have a positive test first. Okay. Once I had a positive test, they gave me an antibiotic, and were supposed to give me something for cough, but didn't give. They never sent it in. So
we'll just give you the thing that helps everybody, antibiotics.
But the lady did explain to me that they do, if a doctor tries to give you a Z-pack, like a steroid pack, after you've been positive, don't take it. Steroids prolong the length of time it stays in your body. Ooh, makes it stay longer.
That is interesting. I actually didn't know that. Like, it actually makes it stay longer.
I did not know that either, but she told me that. And I was like, good, you can keep the Z-Pack. Just give me my freaking antibiotic. I think I
might have remembered that a long time ago, but it has been such a long time I've heard of it. But now I'm thinking of it. Yeah. Okay, so no steroids, get the antibiotics, which is pretty much in everything, and some cough medicine. After that, it's just best of luck to you, survive.
Pretty much, their recommendation is take the antibiotic, take something for the cough if you have the cough problem. If you have like the diuretic problem, take something for the diarrhea. Go your tail home, crawl your tail into bed, and get as much sleep, rest, and non-movement as possible until you feel better.
Well, that is that kind of sucks. Like he's like with the pneumonia or a common cold or anything like that. It's more like here's you some medicine to actually help you fight that. This is just like best of luck, hope you survive. Like that to me is still well, I know there's a shot coming out, but they can at least give you something to like, for like a cold or a pneumonia or whatever to help you lessen the overall of the effect of the code or virus. This is just nothing can help you out, dude. There's nothing. There's nothing. Like even cough medicine, person that went is gonna be a waste of money. Let's not even worry about that. He'll survive.
And speaking on the shot, my mom has already taken the first one and
Yeah.
has the second one lined up for the 2nd of February.
Well, lucky
So-
her. My wife, she was told because she takes medicine for her psoriasis or her skin problem. The doctor told her because she had to go there a week or so ago to get a checkup. They do a checkup every 6 months or 6 weeks or whatever. The doctor told her she cannot have it. She cannot have it because of her medicine. She can't have the shot, and she's not happy about that. I'm not quite happy about that either, considering where she works at and how big of a risk it is for her possibly getting it one day and bringing it home. But as soon as the shot's available for me, I'm getting it. So I don't want her to get it anyways, but I really cannot get it. So
No, if you have the problem with your respiratory system, like we discussed, you do not want this crap. If you even think that the dog down the street's been exposed, you need to stay in your room. Don't come out. I'm telling you, bro. It will hurt you.
it would do more than hurt me. It's do more than hurt me. He still has a cough, folks. So if he does that, don't mind him. He still has a cough. So the symptoms are still there, which is lingering. For those who do not know, it's not always just what you get it. It's what you get afterwards too can be just as bad for you for the rest of your life. Like you could go possibly with lung problems the rest of your life, or coughing problems, or a number of other problems the rest of your life. Now the taste things I've ever heard people say it's like a week or so, and they start to get the taste buds back. But that is still weird. Like it tastes like salt water when you have a Pepsi. That has to be like the most like I don't want to drink.
No, I don't. I mean, even if I get a glass of ice water and take a swallow of it, it's salt water. Everything tastes like salt water.
That is
The only thing that I have drank that doesn't taste like salt water right now, and I have to be careful because if I drink too much of it, it starts tasting that way. Is apple juice or milk?
Apple juice or milk. I wonder if it's well, the apple juice, I would imagine if it's the acid inside of it, but the milk, I wonder if it's just what's inside of milk? Starch? No. There has to be a scientific reason for that.
I don't know, but I could drink if I alternate between the two of those. I'm all right. But the problem is milk and apple juice is like 10 times more expensive than soda or trying to get free, so. And you don't get that. The quantity is not the same. I spend $6 on a gallon of apple juice. It's gone in a day. It's just not fiscally sound to stick with that option. So I have basically been putting up with the occasional glass of water that tastes like salt water.
That for me would be torture because I am a thirsty man. I can't help it. I drink a lot.
I drink a lot too, and it drives me crazy.
Well,
It's.
I bet it was pretty much like you thinking like when you were younger, like I was when every time I got sick, which I got sick a lot. My mom can testify to this. I got sick a lot. I mean, it could be the slightest cold, just someone can have a sneeze, and I will get sick from it, and I'll be sick for weeks or days. But every time I was sick, my brain was going, well, at least I can be sick. I'm stuck at home. I can at least play some video games or watch some animes if I can't move out of bed. At least I have something to do. I won't be bored. Unlike you're like, what day is it? Like, were you able to do anything? Like, was there any motivation to do anything?
I couldn't do anything. I have no motivation. I haven't played a video game. When the TV's turned on, half the time it's crap that I normally wouldn't even watch. It just sits there because I want something flashing on the screen. I don't have the motivation to even change it or hunt anything.
Could
I
be
mean,
really interesting, but nope, can't
if
see
you
it.
to give you an example, I think the past 2 days, the Great British Baking Show has been on my television.
Is this good enough, honey? Is this what you want
I
to
know,
watch?
I, I know more about baking tarts and truffles and funky cakes that I ain't never heard of before now than I did before I got sick. That's for sure.
One of those things you're learning while you're semi comatose. Like, I know how to speak Japanese now. How? Comatose.
Yeah, I
um,
mean,
yeah, so Lord Pestilence also got it as well while you were gone. So I don't know if he could testify to all of your symptoms, but he was gone for a while. His job kicked him out as well, and he was in isolation. Apparently he had a fever one day so bad that he woke up and he was in hospital. Like, you don't know how he got there. He just woke up and he was in hospital. Apparently his mom saw he had a really high fever and she got scared for him and she just dragged his ass to the hospital. Like, that same way for me. My wife was high fever and I couldn't get a response from her. Yeah, I'm dragging her by the
well,
feet if I have to. I don't care if
yeah,
she's comatose fighting me. I'm dragging her.
yeah. Stealthy repetitively checked my temperature during those days I had a fever.
Yeah.
And I promise you, if I had passed what she considered her safe threshold, I'd have woke up in the hospital too, going, "What the hell happened?"
Why is there so many ice packs on me? I can't feel my legs. Are they there? They're there. Okay.
What, yeah,
I've heard people like
It-
literally being thrown in tubs with ice filled up to the brim. Um,
you're gonna find this funny. So, in the midst of all this, I wake up one morning and one of my eyes is almost swollen shut.
did you get pink eye while at it? What the fuck?
No, I had an eyelash on my left eye, and if I got close to the camera, you'd probably see where it's going down. But I had an eyelash get ingrown and swell my eyelid almost shut from infection.
How the heck does that happen?
I don't know, but Jasmine finally found the eyelash and managed to get it pulled, which started everything draining.
Yeah.
And then for like the next 3 or 4 days, it was hot compresses and making sure that it was kept open so it would drain. It's just now got down to
Yeah, your
the
eye does
point
look
that
little pink. I would say it does look a little pink, but I thought that maybe it was just like the lighting. Like I
no, it
wasn't.
just now got down to the point where there's only a small bubble.
He's working through it, guys. They're working through there.
A small bubble.
206 F. Oof. Okay, so I would imagine like around 110 to 112, like that would have been like drag you to the hospital for you, maybe. I don't know. I get it out, get it
It
out.
can, yeah, it can be bad. It'll break you down, son.
Oh, break a strong man down. Break a weak man like me. Well, I'm sorry. I'm easily sick. Well, that does well, I've heard people get it twice, so I can't say, well, at least you got it done with and over with, so now you're good. But that's the problem is you can get it more than once. But I bet your job will have more tests available or more like, hey, come in, let's check your temperature from now on.
Thing is though we have a temperature check at work. Everybody has to go through it to go into the building
Yeah.
every day. And he passed the temperature check. He wasn't fevering.
You went had a fever. Was he at the beginning symptoms? Like symptoms of it? Like how did he
I'm assuming that he was not showing symptoms Friday,
Yeah.
and then either Saturday or Sunday he woke up sick as crap and notified work and had a positive test, and then they were like, "Oh shit," because we all work right within 10 to 12 feet of each other, meaning that we cross that 6 foot distance talking to each other all the time. We're right there. So they had to send everybody home. They're up until I think the beginning of this week, the only person that was in the office was the very tip top head of our department, and he was messaging us to get advice on how to fix stuff because all of us were out.
I was about to say, how many of your employees got it as well? Yeah, break their nose.
I mean, all of our IT staff was sent out except for him. I think, as far as I know, the rest of the building, they were all fine. They were kept there. Nobody showed symptoms as being sick or anything.
And I imagine no one in the actual factory part of it got it either, because y'all were in the offices area, the more compact, more close to each other areas.
I'm the only one in my department that goes out on the shop floor to fix anything anyway. That's kind of my job, to keep that equipment up out there.
Ooh, and you walked out there. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope no one got in line, because like the whole factory be shut down. Like you can't do a factory job at home. Can you call in to do the job? I don't think I can.
Yeah. So they did what they call a trace analysis to find out who had been in contact with who.
Yeah.
And anybody that might have been in contact with Brooks or me, because we were the only two out of the entire department that tested positive. Anybody that had been in contact with either one of us automatically got sent home.
Pencils love your pop collection, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I see you don't get the red lights. I guess you well, no, I see one strip. So he's not turned on today?
Didn't turn it on today.
No real reason for it right now.
I was trying to get in here and get connected. It's been a while. Just trying to make it, you know.
Dude, I commend you for at least still trying. I was gonna have my wife with me today again, and yeah, we're nothing very much has happened since last week, but it's kind of awkward, like going, oh, podcast, let's do this podcast, and then they got messed up, and then I did the recording for the podcast from last week yesterday. So the conversation was like, nothing really much has happened other than that stuff, and we don't have very much stuff to talk about. Other than we went to the park and saw some koi fish. Literally, there was one koi fish. I shit you not, bro. It was longer than my arm.
Damn, I would have loved to seen that.
I wanted to pet it. Like it was like coming up to the top of the water, like wanting food. I'm like, let me touch. I've got to touch out. Like I was like a little kid. Like I want to touch, and it's like back off. I'm like, come on, let me touch. I mean, they got the whole park pond. They have a really long pond where the koi fish even go upriver. Beautiful koi, but longer than my arm. I mean, if I would have grabbed that thing, it would have wrestled with me. Probably pulled me in. I don't know.
I'd seen that. I'd have loved to seen that.
Boy.
So, you didn't tell me, what did you do on our shared birthday? Because on my shared birthday, I was stuck at the house sick in the morning.
Well,
so
my birthday would consisted of podcasting, streaming, and then trying to throw up on these things right here. I did what Seth did one time, and this thing's called Bean Boozles, right? Like what these things are. I will try to get my motherboard and get my processor, because my computer is like, okay, let me give you a quick rundown because you haven't been here in a while. My computer's having problems, not only sometimes not picking up my hard drives, sometimes the power button doesn't quite work. I gotta spam it like I'm fingering something really fast. And of course, all my USBs die. Now, Pestilence think it might be my power supply, which could be my power supply. But the problem is, I don't want to buy his power supply with the money people's giving me, and then turn around and go, it's not my power supply. But anyways, it could be the power supply, it could not be. But anyways, I've been doing this for about $1, and let me give you the bad stuff on here, okay? Bad stuff is stink bug, which by far is the worst one out of this thing. I had that one. Stink bug, rotten egg, barf, boogers, stinky socks, dirty dishwater, toothpaste, canned dog food, spoiled milk, and dead fish. Dead fish is pretty bad too. And I was doing that on my birthday. I was literally throwing up on my birthday. Like this stuff made me gag so hard. Goodness gracious. And like a little trick to it too. Like you pull up the lid and you bring it back down, and it'll bring up little beans, and I'll let the person choose what bean I'm gonna eat that day. My wife practically threw up eating coconut, and that's one of the good flavors on here, but she hates coconut, so And the birthday shoot was pretty nice. It was a lot of fun, a lot of goose and gaps. Try to play some Fall Guys. Sucked at it as I usually do. So that was my birthday was relatively calm. Um, it wasn't as fulfilling or as energetic, But I guess when I'm at that age where parties don't really excite me for the idea of a birthday. Birthday streams was nice, but I didn't have like a little get together or we had some pizza. I think that night. I want to say maybe. Other than that, no birthday cake, no birthday cards, no. Even though Leo tried to say happy birthday to me, and that was special. Thank you, Leo. She tried to say happy birthday to me, and my mom sent me some money, which thank you. And my wife, she got me some gifts, and I have actually not very much touched any of my birthday money like at all. Still, like I'm trying to save up every penny I can to get these parts, so I hope it can fix my computer before anything else breaks on here because my USBs are turning off and on, or something's turning off and on. And then of course I was wrestling with trying to get this project done for my channel um through Fiverr. Again, you haven't been keeping up with my channel or anything of mine because I'm pretty sure you've been sick. I had somebody try to scam me not once, not twice, but 3 times on Fiverr. 2 by the same person, then 1 by the same person on a different name account. And boy howdy,
Wow.
like the gall this person had, even cussed me out at one of the things, cussed me out. I'm like, are you shitting me? Nah, you can't give me that. So I'm still very cautious, but I've learned my lesson. If a person does have a level 1 or level 2 or professional on ranking on Fiverr, I'm not dealing with them. Just not. I'll learn my lesson. Learn my lesson quite good. Of course, if I want to get some music, you're supposed to do that at some point. Um, we get that on my channel and everything else going. Whenever you can.
You seen the only gift I got before stream.
Oh
So,
yeah, let that
you
be
know,
sexy. Like even I would be like, ooh, toy.
Yeah.
I bet you can't
Yeah,
wait
it's
to go try that out.
Yeah, do you know how bad it sucks to get something like that and be sick
Oh yeah,
and
'cause
can't
especially
even go do nothing with it? You just sit there and look at it like, oh, it'd be so fun. Shit.
yeah, it's either one of those. But like you can't really go outside. Can't go outside. So like that noise voids all uses of that item. Pretty much anybody can read between the lines here. He has a very fun gun. There, very fun. I can say the word, but not
It's
say it one
it's
time.
it's fun enough that if I wasn't sick and Grumpy lived close by, we could have an excursion
Oh,
with some melons.
I would love to see my wife use it. Let me be honest with you. I told you this story before. She literally had one before in her hands, and there was a bottle on the ground, stationary, about probably maybe a yard and a half away from her. Not very far from at all. She could not hit it for nothing. Like she was aiming and going at it, and she couldn't hit it for jack shit. I take one shot at it, and I hit it. Like
I put it like this: if she misses with that one, then we got some serious issues.
she's pretty bad. Like I've always said, like if we ever get one of ourselves, she's going to the training yard and she's training with it because I don't want her to miss. um. Oh, I was thinking dirtier. Yeah, but you can't go outside and do anything dirty unless you want to go fly. I got a long jacket I can flash people with. Then maybe that, but uh man, that would have to suck. My wife gave me she gave me a phone which we got to return because like literally we tried to play Pokemon Go yesterday while we're out in the park where those koi fish were, and I shit you not, I couldn't play. I every time I click on something, it would be like a minute later until the action from which I commanded on my phone actually took in. And then she got me some earbuds with a certain character on it.
Right, that's the Piccolos.
Yep, it's little earbuds. But yeah, Piccolo, cause my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z. I really would like to try. Okay, I've been watching on YouTube of lately. And I've been watching this couple channels actually do like reviews on figurines. and I don't know how they have so many followers or so many viewers or so many people interested in watching like figurine reviews. But I so wish I could do that because I have plenty of figurines to review on, and I know where all of them came from. I just don't have the boxes for them, so I can't do like no unboxing little thing. But I could do reviews on figurines for days. Like I've done like one or two or three reviews on figurines. I got like no views on those things at all. But I would love to do figurines on reviews and get like the gratification as they do on their channels. I'm like, that would just be so nice.
Sounds like me with the 3D printing. I wish I could get my printing going again as well as I had it, and get some gratification out of showing those off.
Yeah, there's some channels out there like literally they do so many reviews on 3D printers or got like bought like 3 or 4 3D printers, did reviews on them and like upgrades and stuff like on them that people were like their channel was growing. And then like nowadays, like every time I go to their channel, it's like, oh, some new company sent me their newest printer. I'm like, I would like to volunteer for them to send me a new printer. Just go ahead, I'll do a review. I'll give you
I'll
my
do a review. We'll unbox it right here
yeah,
together.
like just why not?
I even give you my sexy voice. Hey, baby.
Oh man, that's something I got to figure out how to do. Okay, my project's gonna require some changing of voice, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll figure it out. My wife was talking about like, well, maybe I could do the voice for you. I'm like, that would work, but like you're not always at home, so that doesn't really help my situation out because I would need you home and then on call every time I go. All right, honey, need you now, and then she comes in and does it for me. I'm hoping y'all will like it. I really do. The final project was done yesterday. Like I said in the other days, the recording of the podcast, the job is I would say a tenth of the way done, and I liked how the person did the artwork, but he did take a one piece of my artwork and did like a remastered of it, if that makes sense. Like he took the original work and just made it remastered and looks good. But I still had to do some touches on it because there were some things I didn't like about it. And I wish he didn't do that because I said in the job description, do not use my work in your work for this job. Do not. And he still did. And I should have been like, don't. But I was like, you could do a really good job. So I'm going to just see what happens. I shouldn't have, though, because I really wanted an original work piece of this character. So, okay, we got the Pokemon hunting, phone's going bad. I would ask you what you did for your birthday, but I already knew what that was. Stuffed it gone. I don't know if he told you or not, but he can't come in today. I'm like, well, I'm not his boss. He doesn't come in if he don't want to. Oh, he has a COVID. Oh, that's why he's not coming in. I was worried about y'all pretty badly. I was telling everybody, send y'all's love y'all's way. I'm hoping everybody did what I asked them to do on the stream. I asked everybody to go to your Discord or go to your Twitter page or whatever and send their regards and their their birthday wishes to you. But I don't know if any of them did it. Bad because I asked everybody to do it, but doesn't really matter. You'd be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About all I did was try not to die.
Well, also and deal with that. Have you plans to go see the I hate to bring it up, the barrel?
Yeah, I plan to go out to the graveyard, to the cemetery just as soon as these people will give me clearance to leave my freaking house again.
Get you a hazmat suit. Just
I mean, dude, it's bad. Like we have had for groceries, we have had to do orders online at Walmart and have someone go pick them up for us. And then they would have to bring it and sit it on our doorsteps and leave before we could go get our groceries and bring them in the house.
Okay, but these people people you knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like her mom did it once or twice. Before I had a positive test, when I was waiting for my test results to come back, I had someone drive my Jeep up there and park or let Walmart load it, you know.
Hope they wash the
But
steering wheel off and all the rest of the things they have to touch.
yeah, but that's it. I mean, that's either that or we've had to DoorDash food to the house, depending on how bad it was. And for a few days when I was really, really sick, it was bad enough that we'd have DoorDash sit it out there on the steps and leave it.
I think DoorDash for us is Grubhub. Grubhub will do that pretty much regardless of whether or not you know that they know you're sick or not. Like every time we do get something ordered in for whatever reason or otherwise, they will drop even the post office and delivery guy. They will drop the stuff at the door, and literally I will hear them run down the stairs and wait for us to come like to the door and go thank you or whatever, and they'll like welcome and leave. Like they don't want to be nowhere near that door, and we're not even sick. They're not risking it at all, and I don't blame them. But FedEx is still like by worse. Like if you get packages from FedEx from my end, they never knock. They never knock. They just like drop and just run. And if I do catch them, like by the time I even know that they're at the door, I go check the window. They're at the vehicle. Like they freaking book it, don't even knock and anything. But that's another subject to matter. And many reasons why we would like to move, but we don't have the financial means to do so. So that's definitely a problem about living in a place like this. Like we want to get out of here because all this stuff is happening now. Like it was like our neighborhood is not the greatest, but it's not that bad. Like I'm okay with brothers and sisters. I'm okay with some of the people nearby, but that would be for pretty much any other person out there would be a breaking point. I don't know about you, Cove, but if you saw that in front of your house, like the dude literally had the gun on the back of the guy's head, like pointing at it, and then for some reason he stopped pointing at it and then hit him with the butt of the gun and actually shot the gun again. Like no finger control at all. Like he had a finger on the trigger the entire time, no control of it at all. He just like everything he was doing. It was like it was a shot going off. It was bad.
See, if I had seen that, dude would have been missing the kneecap because I tote mine.
Well, he's in a yard, so or not yard. Yeah. He was in the streets. Like I'm pretty sure that's the reason why our landlord couldn't do very much anything at that point when they first saw him fighting. Again, watch the podcast if you don't know what I'm talking about
Georgia. In Georgia, it's a little different. I have the right to defend myself if I feel like my life is in danger. If he's got a gun and he's fired around, I'm in danger. He's losing a kneecap.
Like you're shooting around like you just don't know how to control your finger. You might lose that finger.
I mean, not that I would want to live there after that situation, but during that situation, I guaranteed, he would have had a hole penetrate him somewhere.
Yeah, we don't really. And of course, if you're listening to this, you know who I'm talking to. Sorry, but that was not very cool. And not you. Good luck. You control this. He knows what I'm talking about here. If my landlord's listening, that like you control it, but that was not a very comfortable situation at all to be even present in at the very moment at the time. Like I've lived around New Orleans my entire life, and I've watched news, and I've been in Slidell, I've been in New Orleans, I've been my state, Mississippi, which is one of the most racist places in the world, and I have guns pointed at me before, literally twice from cops. And I had never seen cops act this calm and this collect after that. In the day of my life, never seen cops act that calm. Ever. They were so calm. It's like, there were just 3 gunshots just fired, and y'all are acting like y'all are just, passerbys. It was so weird. And, of course, I never want to see a person die running from my front of my eyes. And especially that matter. Like, especially that matter. Midday, back of the head, forgetting what it's called. Keep forgetting what it's called because I'm not a person that keeps track of that stuff when you put a gun back to someone's head. Honey, do you know what I'm talking about here? Like, it's sweetheart. What's the name when you put a gun back to someone's head again? There we go, executioner. I didn't want to see that at all. And for any man or woman, I don't want to see that. Like, just of course, kids were probably inside the apartment, but I'm pretty sure they were like, peeking out the window. And so if they would have saw that, that would have scarred them for the rest of their lives. So,
Yep.
yeah, I would like to not have that where I live, because I don't think I am. Well, I'm not saying I'm not suited for it, but I don't think I deserve to see that kind of stuff. I would like to say I live a very peaceful life. I don't bother people, and I don't make them feel uncomfortable. If I do, I don't do it on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I go out of my way to try to disturb people either, but I don't know, I'm like you. I'm glad that my neighborhood changed when I moved in because
Well,
it was pretty rough, but apparently um not long after we moved in, it didn't take much to get people to leave the neighborhood that were not supposed to be here.
well, we were looking at one place at one time, and we were like, "Ooh, it's really nice, good price." The 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Technically, it was a 1.5, and like they had a backyard, a pull-in garage. Like, oh, this is gonna be nice. We looked at the zone. The entire zone was blue, which mean the entire zone had like a large group of crimes. It's like, yeah, we're not moving there. That's all blue. Like me, I'm not thinking it should be like all red, but this was all blue. What's up, Willie? Um, but I never seen like a whole area be that like it was like a dark blue, just crime infested. And these people like had it on the website like, oh, we're renting it out, but on another website it had a pending sale on it, meaning somebody was possibly like buying it, and they were trying to rent it out to somebody at the same time. Like you can't say you have a pending sale on it on one website, but another website you're trying to rent it out. You
Yeah.
just you're double dipping, and in the area where is that much crime. Like I looked at the area, I'm like, it looks kind of sketchy. Doesn't look bad, but it looks like it like something. Okay, I don't have a problem with brick housings, but I've been in plenty of places and neighborhoods where the entire neighborhood is brick housings, and something about brick housing neighborhoods are normally some reason a high crime area. I don't get it at all. Like something about brick houses just make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I love brick homes. My grandparents built themselves a brick home way back when I was younger in the town they used to live in, and it was all brick around there. A large part of the crime comes from the fact that brick equals money, money equals there's stuff inside that house that people are going to want to steal.
I don't see how that's possible. Well, oh, your name was okay. Gotcha, my dude. What's up, Cyber? Um, I was just thinking more like when you were brought that up, like stuff money. I'm thinking brick is probably like I'm back in my mind. I'm thinking like maybe brick housing are cheap to make, so they're cheap to sell.
No, they're expensive. Brick is not cheap at all. It is way more expensive than using like say hardy board or vinyl siding or any of that. Brick is
Okay,
stupidly expensive. It's let's put it like this. My uncle's home that I told you about
yeah.
one time, it was supposed to be completely brick. Only the bottom story of the house ended up being brick, and the house was still $185,000.
Oh goodness gracious, I don't know how much that is, but that's a lot of money. Like for a home, I don't know. That's a lot, but that's a lot of money to me.
That that's a crap load of money.
For a home? Okay, because I never had one
Yeah,
myself. I would like to own a home one day, please and thank you. I've actually seen houses online, and I wanted to ask my pops this question. I saw a house put together like they were like these um like 6 by 6 foot like drywall things, and they were connecting them like they were drywall outside. Inside it had the things and like the
that's
the stuff to keep the heat in. What's the name of that? Um,
insulation.
Insulation and the wood on the side of it. And they would do foam between each line, and it took them literally a day to make a whole home. And a total of 24 hours to make an entire home out of this stuff. I'm like, is that
Yes,
feasible? Like,
yes. It's what they call you go into a place, you pick out the home you want. They're prefabbed homes, basically. They ship the home in parts and they put it together basically like a Lego set.
That to me seems super nice. I don't know how much expensive those are, but that seems like I can have a home in one day. Like maybe not electricity yet. Maybe I don't know. They have they already pre-wired stuff already done for that. Maybe there's some tubing. I don't know. But then I saw another house that literally folds out to be a home. Like it was like they were folding on top of each other, and you just push one wall, push another one, push another wall, push another wall, push the ceiling, push the second floor. That second floor is on his things, and like there was a home. Like it even had like a section of it for all the utilities. The refrigerator's already inside of it. The stove was already inside of it. The shower, the like everything, and you just push it into place. There it is, a whole home, and they can do that within an evening's time. I'm like, that sounds really cool. And like it was really
You,
open though too. Like there wasn't like rooms very much so, but
you think that's cool? You remember we were talking about 3D printing earlier? One of the guys I work with lives in Canada.
yeah.
Watched a house be 3D printed next to him out of concrete.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, the big old like rails, look like little
Dude, it is
noodles.
insane. He sent a video and they like 3D printed a house out of concrete. And you're watching it like just start with the foundation and just move itself up and adjust and you're just like, what?
Yeah, this is just another reason why I think 3D printing is going to be the future. I've said it several times before. 3D printing is going to be the future because they were. I watched a video and they were saying they were developing home technology like this for low income people. So those who can't afford to build a house out of all the parts, they can literally build you a house within like let's say times of storms or times of refugees or whatever. Build you a home right there out of a 3D printer. They're trying to make it faster and make it more precise so people can literally be living in some kind of shelter while, like the rest of it is being made or to shelter people while during the times of trials and tribulations. But I don't know how I feel about living in a 3D printed home. I probably would. But I just don't know how I feel about it because no, just be weird. Like you'd be that one person on the block with a 3D printed home, and it looks like nothing else. Like you would notice the difference between 3D printed home and a real home. Like it'd be easy. Um, yeah, it'd be very wicked cool. Sorry, reading some of the chat right here. For those who do not know, we do have a Patreon. I don't know if I told you this yet, because I had probably not, because you've not been here. We do have a Patreon now for this channel and my channel. So some back behind behind doors scenes, some ask some questions during the podcast, or as a subject matter do you want us to bring in the podcast. If you go there to the Patreon at Grumpy Bear or the Bear Thought podcast on Patreon, you can then go there, sign up, and if you want to ask any questions to the channel or have a subject matter bring up into the channel, that's one of the options that you can do if anybody's interested in there. We probably need to talk about that at some point, so you can give me some ideas what we can maybe add in there, or if we want to add another tier, or ever. Right now we only have 3 tiers, so put it out there if anybody out there wants to do that. There's another way to support this channel. If not, as always, hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button. You can hit it right now. Go ahead, hit it. And of course, subscribe and tell your friends and all that jazz. I don't know how long we've been going. Okay, we still got a good bit of way to go, so we don't need to cut it out. So let's see. I'm trying to think of again, my weeks have not been very energetic. Now, when I came back, I have gotten a lot of love since I came back from streaming. I took a break for the week up to my birthday. So when you were sick, or when that last stream, that podcast, and that Wednesday, all the way up to the Wednesday of our birthday, I took a break. So I didn't do very much anything on my week of my birthday. And of course, I come back and like, oh, he can't come back and now he's sick. So I was like, oh, God given. And we had some people join in. We might have some of them join again. We had G Slim join us last the podcast a year ago, and we also had Sneaking Like a Clown. You remember him? Um we had him join, and we had my wife join, but she didn't say a single thing in the entire podcast. Like she may have said like 1 or 2 words. She was not there at all. And now I can't get her off for playing Pokemon Go. I think she's still over there playing it right now when she probably should be studying. Cause she's oh, she's doing her toenails, sorry. She's been playing Pokemon Go like crazy lately. I don't know what she's doing. What he got. I don't know. You just heard what she said. My dog just went over there to her pillow that my wife likes laying down on the ground sometimes, and just straight up just squatted and pissed on my wife's pillow.
Yep.
Oh God, well, my dogs are dicks sometimes. There he is right there. That's the boy. He probably he's the one that just pissed on it. Ah, that's funny. Don't you go pissing on my pillow, little bar. Oh, I also got the lights up. I don't know if you noticed it. I got railings for my lights now. I can't very much. Like, this is probably the best example of it because it's no longer pointing at the camera. It's now pointing into the area.
Yeah.
So,
See that? I see that.
the problem is like this two areas right here, since they're manga books, and manga books are usually just white. The white is bouncing off, so it's like a freaking laser beam of light. So it's a little bright, but I like the way it looks. Took me a while to get that going. I want to get a light up there a little bit more because I feel like this area is still dark. I also did these right here. Got these little lights pointing up to them, so I think it looks very well. But that took me a while to get that going. I spent a little of my birthday money on lighting rails or railing lights because yeah, I needed something to make it look a little more neater. Uh, so yeah, that's what I've been working on. Pretty much that during my little break was just these and just chilling out, relaxing, and trying to have a good birthday break, if you want to call it that. Um, let's see.
You were needing some time off though. It was starting to stress you out a little bit.
Yeah, like this line of work is daunting. Like, you wouldn't think this kind of work is daunting at all. You would think, oh, this what hard work you got to do? You got to get in front of a camera and talk. Oh my god, that's so stressful. It's so easy. Why are you having hard
So
times?
it's a lot more stressful than people think it is.
Not only
Especially when you're responsible for trying to keep everything flowing and come up with the ideas.
well, the ideas, the artwork, the promotion, the editing, the hours, the the subject matters. I could go on. I could, and it's just it was just after a while, like it was one of those things that I always say before. We as humans, we naturally want to see progression in anything we do. That's why and of course we also want to see a way of doing that job easier. We are just one of our things of naturally we want to do it as simply as we can, but yet still do the job. Because we always look for the simplest ways of doing things. Like, here's a little known fact: when you were a kid, did you ever skip? Did you ever skip around?
Yeah.
Okay, you know it's more proficient. That's the word I was looking for. More proficient as a kid to skip as a kid than you are as an adult to skip.
Yeah, that would make sense because you're getting more stride out of your skip as a kid with shorter legs than as an adult with longer legs.
Exactly. So when you're a kid, you don't think of subconsciously. So your parents are like, stop skipping. Like, the kid's doing what he's doing that's most proficient. It's less energy for the kid, and he has a longer stride to go with you to keep up with you, or to move from A point to B point. So if he skips longer strides. But as an adult, you use more energy, and you don't like there it's not very proficient because you're not really getting a longer stride with your skip because you already have the long stride with your legs. So as we do everything in life, I want to make things more efficient. I want to make things easier, and I want to see progression for which work I do. Right, I do a lot of work. I want to see
Right.
progression, and if I don't see it,
Right.
well, then I guess start getting a little bit of aggravation and a little bit of annoyance, and I'm like, I just need a break. I just need a break, and kind of oddly enough, like pretty much everybody was taking a break when I was doing like Tim the Tap Man took a break. I think Dr. Lupo took a break. I mean, there was like quite a few other streamers like was taking a break the same time I was. I'm like, am I am, am I being watched? Like, I don't know if you ever felt that like before, but you ever felt like you're like on like you are that guy on the Truman Show that everything evolves
Yeah.
around you
Yep.
and you're just
Yep.
being watched and you're being string on on a puppet and you just don't know it.
Yep.
That's how I feel. It's like, was people watching me get the idea to do the same time I did it? Like, let's see what the okay, whatever. Also Asmongo took a break too. Like, it was like a lot of big name streamers were taking breaks. It was that same I was taking breaks.
Yeah, we forgot to tell you, Grumpy. The Grumpy Show was canceled for a couple of days so that you could have a break. But we're
Oh,
back now.
fuck
All the
me.
cameras are pointed right at you.
Well, I always have a
We
camera pointed at me, anyways.
we seen you when you buffed your head in the mirror last night.
yeah. I buff my head almost every night. Giggity. Anyways, stop that. So yeah, like I also like I do feel like sometimes like I do virus scans on my computer when my USBs just turn off randomly. And I'm always like wondering, like, is somebody like turning on my microphone or turning on my camera or turning on the screen to see what I'm looking at? I'm like, every time I hear my doo 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 doo, I'm like, is somebody hacking my computer? Is somebody on the show trying to get what I'm looking at here? Leave me alone. I want my me time.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful with that kind of crap. I told you, I used to work with a guy that could do that. He could literally hack your webcam from the parking lot and look at you without you knowing it was on because he could turn the code that makes the light cut on off.
Yeah, I found a way to you cannot power on a DSLR camera because it has a manual power on and manual power off. But this thing is pretty much on like almost the entire time. So
yep. So is this one.
So I don't want to be like, mid my me time and all I hear is, oh God. That would be really uncomfortable, but like, what is he watching?
More like, honey, what are you planning to do with that?
It's so good. What is? I want to know. So yeah, like it's always very uncomfortable with being a streamer, like not knowing who out there might be messing with you and like be a hacker. That's like sometimes I just want to pull up my Word document up on my screen and start typing hello, who's there, and wait to see if I get a response. I'm just waiting for one day to see enter and go.
See,
I've been here the entire time.
I wish you hadn't said that because one day I might want to mess with you, and you'd be like, all right, today I'm gonna pull up the notepad and type in hello, who are you? And I'll be like, what's up, Sugar Bear?
You don't want to see what I look at. It might scare a few people. Anyways, so yeah, it's just one of those things. Technology is not only it can be your best friend, but it also could be very tiresome, very worrisome. I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist kind of person, but you never know about people until you know about them, and then by then you may not want to know about them at all. And doing all the work I do, I someday I'm hoping to be able to afford someone else to do the work for me because I would be happy if someone takes just one of my hats. Just one of them. Editing, I don't care. Promotion, I don't care. This is one of I think everybody in the streaming community that at least tries to progress would like to see that kind of stuff. And of course, I'm just glad to be doing this. I'm glad to be back. Don't get me wrong. I'm very glad to be back. The week I was off was I'm not complaining about it at all. Every now and then I'm like, should I take another day off? And I'm like, no, I'm having fun again. It's good to have fun while doing this.
Yep.
Let's see, pass through the leads before it hits the Persian sensor. Oh yeah, that's fun. Thanks, Pestilence, for letting me know that one. Yeah, the LED, the normal web camera, they have LEDs on them. So that's why I had to get one of those little slider things for it, because like I 3D printed one of that and put on the old web camera. So now it's on my wife's computer now, because like I said, she was joining me on the podcast, and I just put that thing on there, slid on there, so even if somebody did hack it, I'm like, you won't see shit.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
Even when I did think I caught at least once or twice, maybe through the years I had it, that I saw the LED light turn on, and I don't know if it was just like I forgot to turn off the program that was running it, or somebody was looking through it, and I don't know, but I felt like that light's not supposed to be on right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, I'm closing that real quick.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how the boy that I'm talking about did it. But he was the network security specialist for our company at the time.
Yeah.
And he had Kali Linux, which is an OS loaded up on a laptop, and he went out to the parking lot and was trying to prove a point to the person that headed our department at that time that our security was too lax, and he hacked the Wi-Fi, got on the network, and then hacked the CIO's webcam, turned it on, and took a picture of him sitting at his desk, and he never knew it cut on because he run a code script in the background that kept the LED from cutting on the camera.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And then walked in there and handed him the printed out picture of him sitting at his desk and didn't think that he was going to get hollered at. First off, here's the thing. You have a point. Yes, we have lack security and we need to do something about it, but you should never use your boss's boss as the example.
Yeah.
Never.
But at the same time, like, I am like, it's good to have a hacker in your line of work when you're a company that's heavily based on technology like that. Like, best people to have around are not those always who do writing the script, but those who can break the script and get around it and then show you, okay, well, guess what? Your shit's weak.
Well, he was good enough. He was good enough to ultimately land a job with Amazon as part of their network security force.
Oh, I bet he makes good money.
He would sign up for things like, I think Facebook one time had a thing out where they had found out that there were some exploits in the code for their pages and stuff.
Yeah.
And he signed up and would go and find the exploits, send them the code snippet of the exploit and how it was working, and they would pay him a commission for finding it so they could fix it. He was doing that while he worked for us. That's how he ended up with Amazon.
Wow. Well, if you ever did anything really dirty, he might find himself working underneath the FBI. Of course, with the FBI right now, they're in some shit. So
yeah, he went from being, I knew him, we went to school together. He went from being the guy that did all the bad stuff that you're not supposed to do to being the guy that got a job to stop the people from doing the bad stuff.
Because he's doing it as well, but
good.
Long as he doesn't turn coat, he's good.
He's really good at what he does.
Man, I wouldn't want to meet him because I'd be afraid of him to test out his might on me. But that'd be somebody to be really interested to have a conversation with, just to bring up like all of his past exploits. I'm pretty sure he's a very busy man, but it'd be interesting to have a conversation with somebody like that. Like I know Lord Pessins will probably find me interesting. I'm pretty sure Corvo Ninja or not Corvo, that's you. What's his name? Ronan will probably have an interesting conversation because those two guys are very big into coding. So I'm not personally into coding. I never could quite understand like the full language because coding is always, they always say it's like another language. It literally is its own language. And then if you don't know how to read it, you're gonna be like, it's just pig Latin.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
But let's see. We should be, yeah, we're good. That'd be it right there. Again, one more time, great to have you here. Don't leave the Discord just yet because I didn't want to take about the Patreon again. For those who want to join the Patreon, go to Patreon, go to Grumpy Bear or Bear Thoughts podcast. Look it up on Patreon. You should be able to find us if you're interested in supporting the channel. Of course, I'll do my quick plug. We will be going live on my Twitch channel at Grumpy Bear on twitch.tv/Grumpy Bear here in a little bit. Corvo, is there anything you want to give a shout out to before we end the stream?
I think you pretty much cover everything.
Other than Stealthy, but I'm pretty sure she's been too busy and too sick to stream of lately. And of course now she's running around like a mad dog. I'm pretty sure she's even at work right now as we speak.
She's at work as we speak.
I thought so. But thank you all for coming. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you already made it this far in the podcast or in the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please share it on Twitter, on Facebook. Share it, please. As many as people we can get an eye on here, help this channel to grow. I'd like to get to 100 by the end of the year, if not more. If you like conversation like this, maybe next week I'll have somebody join us. I don't know. If anybody's interested in maybe joining us one day, I'm more than welcome to accept your applications. Just putting it out there if anybody's interested. But, you see how we go. We're going to go off the top of our heads. But as always, you have a good day. Have a good night. Love you, Mom. And as always, have a good life.